And still the champion, but they had some technical difficulties after all that preparation, and it never got over the loudspeaker, unfortunately, for Derrick. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape now and size them up. Gainer, as mentioned, turned 32 days ago, 4 years older, but he has the 4.5-inch height and 5-inch reach advantages. And yesterday's weigh-in, Gainer was 1.5 pounds over at first. He needed 3 trips to the scale. A little too much birthday cake, they tell us. And the key rules for this world title affair: no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 4th round, it's a technical draw. If it happens after the end of round 4, they go to the scorecard. So here at Roberto Clemente Walker Stadium in Carolina, Puerto Rico, we're getting ready for our main event. Derrick Gainer and Daniel Seda for the WBA featherweight title. Let's get the official introductions from our ring announcer, the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, y todos nuestros amigos boricuas, bienvenidos, aficionados al box, al estadio Roberto Clemente en Carolina, Puerto Rico, por el campeonato del mundo peso pluma de la AMB. We welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Non-King Productions and Carolina Sports and Entertainment in association with Showtime and CMX Sports and Entertainment of Chicago. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the WBA, the president, Gilberto Mendoza, supervisor, Jose Oliver Gomez, and the Puerto Rican Boxing Commission, the president, Jose Peña Garricano. Presentando a los jueces, introducing to you our judges at ringside, from Panama City, Panama, Ricardo Duncan. From San Juan, Puerto Rico, Nelson Vasquez. And from Caracas, Venezuela, Fernando Viso. Our referee in charge, working in this his 30th world title bout from San Juan, Puerto Rico, Jose Rivera. Bien, amigos, esta es la pelea principal de la noche de 12 asaltos. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Featherweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world from Carolina, Puerto Rico, it's showtime! Presentando al retador en la esquina azul. Presenting first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing gray trunks, representando Juana Díaz, Puerto Rico. Tiene un peso de 126 libras, his weight 126 pounds, con un récord de 18 victorias, sin derrota, con 15 de ellos por knockout. His record 18 wins, no losses, 15 wins coming by way of knockout, and he is ranked the WBA #1 featherweight in the world. Demos la bienvenida al retador clasificado número 1 peso pluma, presentando Daniel Seda. Y su rival, el campeón en la esquina roja, his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing gray trunks from Pensacola, Florida, pesando 126 libras, his weight 126 pounds. Tiene un récord de 38 victorias, 5 derrotas con 24 ganadas por knockout. His record 38 wins, 5 losses, 24 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the WBA Featherweight Champion of the World. Aquí tenemos el campeón del mundo peso pluma. Demos la bienvenida a Derrick Smoke Gainer. Once again, a referee is Jose Rivera.
Remember, the low blow, the right
punches going in, possible ring rust for both, and can Gainer take a punch? The notion of his chin being suspect, he says nonsense. He's been dropped 2 times in 43 fights, but by 2 very strong punchers, Kevin Kelly and Diego Corrales. And while Seda packs a wallop, particularly in his right hand, the counter-punching Gainer feels he's the bigger puncher here, and he'll be able to see Seda's punches coming. We shall see. Bernard Hopkins in the ring earlier in the face of Roy Jones. He's here to stir up trouble and try to drum up some business for a future Mega Bucks showdown. The third man of the ring is Jose Rivera from San Juan, and here we go. The lanky southpaw Derrick Gainer, primarily a boxer who comes to stick and move, lots of speed, decent power, but prefers to turn it into a chess match. He's not your perfect fighter, but he does so many things well. He fights tough fighters. He can lull you and then suddenly explode. But he does fight in flashes.
Derrick Gainer can box, likes to be on the outside. If he can set the fight distance all the time, totally to his advantage. But at the same time, when you come in, he'll make you pay. He has some pop.
Seda can bang, quick-handed, well-schooled boxer. You see the current activity, and down goes Seda on the left hand, moments into the fight.
5, 6, 7, 8. Está bien, sube los brazos. Camina. Okay.
What a dramatic start to the fight.
There's an overhand left, Steve. Being a southpaw, left hand's his power punch. Landed on top of the head. It looked like right above the gloves of Daniel Seda.
Gainer with 6 first-round knockouts of his 24. Not even a minute into the fight, and Seda down from a left hand.
Seda may be giving too much time to, Gainer may be giving Seda too much time to rest here.
He pops another straight left, and then a curling left to the side of the head of Seda. Seda off to a very shaky start.
Nice straight left hand to the body, try to bring the hands down of Seda. Gainer working up and down.
As mentioned, Gainer can explode, and he just did. He wants to make a short night of this. We approach the final minute of the first round. Seda did get up quickly, though. How does he look to you?
Well, Seda seems to have his feet under him, but he's still not sure. He can't time Gainer too well. Seda's he's just not reacting well. He's blocking, he's keeping his hands up, but he's not unloading any counterpunch.
Gainer, very confident, continues to have his way, and he is firing left hand. Now a right uppercut that missed. Now Seda not looking clear.
He hurt Seda with a shot there, and I don't think Gainer realized it, but his leg was a little wobbly. Back right leg of Seda, not steady.
Right now, it looks like man against child.
Hey, stop! Hey, hey, no me lo pises, okay? Oh.
Gainer goes to work again. A fusillade of punches by Gainer.
10 seconds, 10 segundos.
Gainer nails Seda again with a left-right. Great counter-punching by the champion at the bell that went round 1. A big 10-8 first round for Gainer.
Inhala, 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 con la nariz, con la nariz.
Breathe by your nose.
Daniel, tienes que meterte y meter la mano al cuerpo.
You have to go in and throw your hands.
Métete sin miedo, métete sin miedo.
You have to go in. You have to go in. Don't be afraid. Okay?
Métete sin miedo que allá no te va a dar.
Go inside. Go
Las manos
inside.
tú las tienes.
Take a look at that overhand left by Derrick Gainer with his back to us. Comes right over the top, right there on the jaw, right over the dropped hand of Daniel Seda. Seda right to the canvas. There's another angle. Seda dropped that hand, and that left hand right on the jaw.
Saco fuera. Saco so.
And we see the wife as she's sitting here with her son. And she's very upset. She eventually winds up walking away. She couldn't take it anymore.
And there she goes with her son, Alex. They are departing. Goodness. Dramatic moment. Daniel Seda going down for the 4th time in his career, and coming in it was Gainer with the questionable chin, but Seda going down. So here we go, round 2. Can Seda recover? Gainer jumping all over Seda to begin the second round. Gainer, 12 of his 24 knockouts in 3 rounds or less.
Gainer in the meeting, Steve, talked about the fact that Seda can't make the adjustments. If you stand right in front of him, he can hit you very hard because he can punch. If you move one side or the other, step around him, he does not adjust well. And evidently right now, he hasn't been able to figure out Derrick Gainer one bit.
Gainer very awkward, very tall. That's why so many other fighters stay away from him. And now maybe Seda is realizing that. Terrific ring movement here by Gainer to elude Seda defensively. Gainer with a little smile.
Seda has to step in behind a double, maybe even a triple or quadruple jab. He's got to shut the gap. He's got to get inside. He cannot throw from out there and counter from out there against a long, rangy boxer like Gainer.
Gainer really wants to make a statement here tonight against the #1 mandatory who's undefeated. Although it is only his 19th pro fight, Daniel Seda. Gainer striving for that recognition. He wants Nassim Hamed next. He talks to Paulie Ayala, Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales, Johnny Tapia, the big names of the featherweight division. But he has to have a real convincing win here to at least get on that path.
I was just going to say the referee's going to eventually have to warn Gainer because that pulling and stiff arm is illegal.
The crowd getting behind Seda now. With a minute left, just about in round 2. They're trying to urge Seda on. But Gainer right now just too quick for him.
Stop. Okay. Check the head. Okay. Stop. 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 Doctor. Cabezazo accidental en el ojo izquierdo.
The heads coming together. Oh no, Bobby, let's not have this again. Oh, they're stopping the fight. Here we go again. Well,
Deja vu.
it is the full moon effect. The first fight ended this way.
I told you it was a full moon.
Well, we said it at the top of the broadcast. And they're stopping the fight in the second round on a clash of heads, just like the first fight. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Gainer was just dominating the action.
Get back up here.
He knocked Seda down in the first minute of the fight. And now a collision of heads ends it.
Okay. Hey, look,
So it's going to be another technical draw.
Tiempo. Tiempo.
Bobby, you think that was too quick?
Well, it depends on the cut, Steve. I can't see the cut. I didn't get a good close-up of it. From my angle, it was very difficult to see it.
What a shame. What a disappointing night here in Puerto Rico with both fights.
I got it stopped out here.
Just unclip it and I'll pull it down.
Yeah, you know what? If you take a peek, there was a little bit of a close-up. That full moon did its business.
Well, we'll get a close-up for you of the full moon, hopefully, and that will show you something in the air tonight. And you see the disappointment on Seda's
Let's
face.
show you where the heads clash. Derrick Gainer on your left. He's going to step forward. He's going to step forward and overhand left. But as he does, his head will bang heads right there. They will meet. Cause a very bad cut above his left eye. There's the overhand left. There, right there, right there, right there. The eye meets the head. Just an accident. And southpaw meets right-hander. There's always awkward angles.
All right, let him
There you
have
saw
it.
what happened.
It didn't look that bad.
The cut was right on the eyelid, Steve. We'll take an overhead look at it now.
It looked like a scrape, though.
He throws the left, and there it is. The head's just grazed, but the graze caused the cut that ran a good portion of the length of the eyelid of Derrick Gainer on his left eye.
I don't know, Bobby. I got to question that stoppage.
Well, I'm not a doctor, and I haven't got to see a really good close-up of the cut yet, so not our call, Steve.
Gainer waited a long time for this fight. The fight was postponed 3 times. I mean, he hadn't fought in 15 months.
Look at that cut. Look at
Where?
There's the cut. Look at that cut.
Oh, okay.
Look at the cut right here. You see it right here. You see the cut.
Okay, over the left eye.
There it is. It's pretty ugly.
Enough to stop the fight, though, Bobby?
Well, Steve, that cut looks like it's better than half the length of his entire eyelid. And I'll tell you what, if it starts running into his eye, there's no question about it. I don't know how deep it is. I can't see that. I can see the length of it. The length is pretty significant.
I know it. Smart, not to rush him before I can get knocked out. I know.
Well, no complaints from anybody. Let's get it up to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for another controversial ending. Here's the announcement.
Damas y caballeros, tenemos el tiempo, 2 minutos 13 segundos en round número 2. Ladies and gentlemen, with a time of 2 minutes 13 seconds in round number 2, our physician at ringside stops the contest due to an accidental headbutt. El médico paró la pelea por razón de un cabezazo accidental. We have the decision, tenemos la decisión, un empate técnico. We have a technical draw.
Another technical draw. What were the odds of this happening? 2 consecutive technical draws. The first one, a headbutt in the Dieppe fight early on, and the same thing happens here in the main event.
And they were exact same round, second round.
Second round.
Exact same round.
Unreal. And
This is Dr. Capella.
looks like Ronnie Duncan is ready with the referee Jose Rivera and the ringside physician to get some further explanation. Ronnie.
Thanks a lot, Steve. We're here with Dr. Capella. Why did you stop the fight? Because from hindsight and from our vantage point, it didn't look like it was that bad of a cut.
It was a wide cut. It was bleeding actively in a very bad spot because it was falling into his eye.
Dr. Capella, how can you even explain the cut not even bleeding right now as Derrick Gainer is just behind
Same
him?
as the other fight. As soon as I put the Vaseline and the hemostatic agent that they use, usually epinephrine, it stops the bleeding.
Okay, let me keep you here, and we want to talk to Jose Rivera, who happens to be the referee, and we've got our interpreter here. Jose, you went to the doctor to have this fight stopped.
Yes.
Why did you go to the doctor if it didn't appear to be that deep of a cut?
Tú fuiste al doctor para buscar, para que le chequeara la herida. ¿Por qué fuiste a recurrir al doctor si no parecía la herida que estaba tan grave?
Porque la herida fue un cabezazo accidental y yo tengo que informarlo al supervisor y al mismo tiempo tengo que ir donde el doctor para preguntarle cuán grave es la herida.
It was because it was an accidental headbutt. I had to go to the supervisor and also to the doctor to see how bad was the cut.
At any time in this fight, during that time of that cut, did the Gainer corner say it's too bad of a cut that they complained? Because it appeared to me that they're very unhappy of the way in which this fight was stopped.
¿Alguna vez se molestó la esquina de Gainer por haber parado la pelea? ¿Tú lo oíste quejándose en algún momento?
No, yo no lo vi. Bueno, sí, se quejaron algo, pero yo me tengo que dejar llevar por la recomendación del doctor, porque por eso es que el doctor está en la esquina, un doctor capacitado para decir si es grave o no es grave la...
Yes, they did, but I have to go to the doctor, and the doctor is the one who decides how bad it is, and that's his job to do it.
Okay, once again, we thank you, Jose, and we thank you, Dr. Corrales. Back to you, Steve.
All right, Ronnie, thanks very much. Of course, they're looking out for the safety of the fighter, but it's just a shame for the fans here, about 9,000 strong. They came out to see the fights here tonight, and they both end in early technical draws.
You know what, Steve? It's the luck of the draw, and that's just the way it works. I can't believe that it was both fights, accidental headbutt, both in the second round, where we had what appeared to be 2 excellent fights.
Well, particularly disappointing for the reigning champion, Derrick Gainer, who scored an early knockdown about 45 seconds into the opening round with a long left hand that sent Seda to the canvas. And let's take a look once again as we go back to that first round.
Well, you watch him. He's on his way in, overhand left. Seda drops the right hand, and it comes right around, puts him on the seat of his pants.
But then the headbutt.
That would be the end of the fight. He comes in right here, right there. Just a quick clash, and the eyelid rips open. And it's a pretty, like I said, lengthy cut. I don't know how deep it was because I couldn't see close, but the doctor claimed it was deep. And they put some Vaseline and some other things in there, and the blood was coming down.
For the first time, I just saw the blood in the replay.
No, I saw the blood earlier, but I couldn't tell. You know, again.